What's up, guys? We're back here with the daily BSLT update. Let's take a look here. It looks like 35 cents. Let's refresh this and let's talk about the patch that happened, a quick overview of what's going on, where I think the BSLT price is headed, and what's going on with the in-game economy too, because a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. So first off, we got the big patch, the first actual content patch of the game. We've got ancestral level monsters, so level 1 through level, I believe it's 11 or 10, they said, in different zones. And then they drop a Luna gem fragments that you can use to enhance your accessories. So we touched upon this a little bit earlier. Let's give you a recap of this. These things need to be powerful. If they're not powerful, they're going to be worthless. People are not going to want the farm for a 1 or 2% increase. These things are going to need to do 50%, 25%, a big amount of increase, or have a dramatic reduced cooldowns or dramatic reduced cast time to be relevant. So what the early information that is coming out that we're seeing so far is these things are not relevant. These things have generally a 1% damage increase. So for example, the sorcery one is increase flame ball by 1%, and that's not important at all. It's a complete minuscule effect. It doesn't matter. There's some other ones that do have like reduced cooldown by 0.2 or things like that. So those ones are actually more impactful and better, but a 1% damage increase is just complete garbage. And there's only 20 different versions of Luna Stones right now, so not every skill actually has one. There's a lot of skills. I believe there's like 150 or 200 different skills that are in the game, and only 20 of them actually have a Luna Stone. So that's a very, very awkward setup. There's also basic and then grand Luna Gems. And the grand ones do cost a lot, but we don't know what kind of stat bonuses those are going to give. If that 1% flame ball increase was a rare one or a common one, we don't know, because they do cost a lot. You have to farm these ancestral mobs, and that's the only drop that you're getting out of these mobs, it looks like. So overall, this patch was pretty bad. It didn't actually give meaningful items or content to the game. The ancestral mobs are difficult and hard to kill, so you definitely want to group up, and you'll have way more, effect killing them in parties of 2, 3, or 4. You can solo them; that they are soloable, but you will get a lot of invalid, a lot of misses because of the gear score that they have. The ancestral level makes it so that their combat level is so high, and it's very hard to hit them. But there's really little to no reason to actually go farm them for these Luna Gems, because these Luna Gems are not actually very good. So something needs to happen here. Either the Luna Gems need to be buffed up, or there needs to be a system where you can actually enhance and buff these Luna Gems up, whether they just give them pure raw stat increase, like increase everything by 5x, because a flame ball 5% increase could actually be meaningful, but a flame ball 1% increased damage is not meaningful, and especially too, they just got done nerfing these skills. So they nerfed the flame ball by like 5 or 6%, and then so now they give you a Luna Stone that can be like, hey, enchant it by 1%. Even when you enchant it in all your gear, you're still not even at the post nerf damage output. Other than that, there really wasn't much into the game. They did have a new event that's going on that is for the incomplete Archeum shards, which is a great event that's going on. But that was a very limited time impact on the economy. Over 20 million Archeum shards got sold, when on average about 6 million get sold per day, because it was cheap. You take a stack for 1 BSLT, and you take the gamble of potentially getting a small land NFT. So the small land NFT was once again up for grabs, which I love that they're doing that. I love that they're giving away small land NFTs, because there's only around 2,500 or so land NFTs out there. So there definitely is a lot of land that can still be given out. There's approximately 10,000 land plots. So I love that they're giving out more NFTs and having these events. But the drop rate is super, super low. and people are kind of like, it's not worth it anymore. And then the consolation prize is Hereafter Stone. So if you fail, you're pretty much going to get a Hereafter Stone. You can get a couple other items as well, but generally you're going to end up with lots and lots of Hereafter Stones, which personally I don't mind that, because if you have a lot of houses and you're doing a lot of teleporting, you need a lot of Hereafter Stones. But people aren't happy having bags and bags of Hereafter Stones. At least right now they're not. So other than that, this patch kind of was a bust. You do have the arena, which I haven't heard any complaints about, because people who like the arena are definitely happy getting rewards for the arena. And yeah, like, that's just cool. They're just doing their thing in the arena, fighting and trying to get that top spot in the arena. But other than that, this patch really was a letdown for most people. They had high hopes, they had bigger expectations that what was going to actually happen, and it just let them down. The economy did have a nice little spike for about 12 hours, but after that, labor potion prices are back down to about 2.5. Archeum prices, the 10,000 bundles, are back down to about 33. The increases in the economy were very short-lived, and it is just going to continue to bleed down, I think. So my thoughts on this: Archeum is going to go back into the 30s, maybe down into the 20s for 10,000 Archeum, which is kind of crazy, right? And then also labor pots is definitely going to get down into the 2s, the low 2s, and potentially even the 1s, which is just crazy to think about. It's going to make it so houses are not worthwhile to own, and you're better off just renting them, in my opinion. So that's where I see the economy heading, unless we get a bunch of new content coming soon. But it took them 2 months to do this content, so I don't think we're getting any content coming soon. So I do expect not only the price of items to crash down more and more and more in the coming weeks, but also the price of the BSLT to continue to crash down as more people cash out and realize that they're not a very good game company. They don't really update the game that often, and the game's not that fun. And also, hey, Excel Games is now starting to sell BSLT tokens themselves that they earned from the first month, and there's going to be a lot of selling pressure because they got 350,000 BSLT that they're going to liquidate in this entire month. So, yeah. BSLT price, 35 cents. I think it's a steal right now. Like, if you got BSLT, sell it, because in a week, 2 weeks, BSLT is probably going to be 20 cents. I wouldn't even be shocked to see BSLT at like 15 cents. Yeah. It's going to get ugly, guys. It's going to get real ugly, in my opinion. BSLT down to like 15 cents probably by the end of the month. And then, like I said, labor potion down to about 1 BSLT. And then Archeum down to 20 BSLT. That's my predictions for the end of this month. I will see you into the next one. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that these prices are just absurd and crazy, or do you agree with me? Let me know. I want to know what you think, guys. As